Istanbul. It sits at the junction of Europe and Asia, divided by the majestic Bosphorus. Even when it was known as Byzantium or Constantinople, it was already the hub of the world.
See that the date, 1461, that's before Columbus went to America.
This city just keeps growing. The big question now is where to put all the people flocking in to fill what little room the city has left. Housing is a real preoccupation.
The state couldn't cope with so much immigration, so it closed its eyes on this spontaneous solution to the lodging crisis.
Building, even renovating here, is complicated business. Every inch of the city contains traces of the past, historical remnants that cannot be destroyed.
When I was going around guiding, I came across with many parts of ancient churches or, old walls of old building. It can be anything.
But Istanbul is booming. Economically, socially, and culturally, it is now among the most dynamic cities in the world. Some say all roads lead to Rome, but history seems to say otherwise. All roads have long led to Istanbul. The proof? It was actually the seat of the Roman Empire for over 1,000 years.
The Turks are originating from Central Asia first, but in time, and we're talking about starting from 7th century onwards, they have been in touch with many other cultures on this land and they got mixed together. Turkey has got more than 23 civilizations. There are Circassians, they are Laz. Laz is another ethnic group in the northeast of Turkey. There are Bosniaks, they are from Bosnia, from the Balkans. There are Kurds in the southeast. Greeks are over here, Jews are over here. So we have all sorts of people are living together.
So what neighborhood are we in now?
We're in the heart of the old city. Sultanahmet area is the name.
So your father's an architect, and you know firsthand how difficult it is to modernize the city with all that you find beneath it.
Yes, absolutely, especially in this old part of the city. You don't have any freedom of doing whatever you want to do. So you have to take a special permission from a committee of architects who's responsible of approving all sorts of projects that will be represented to them. And then you can do your project. Otherwise, you can't do it. It's not permitted.
So if somebody were to build a house and they would come across some old archaeological remains, would they notify the city or would they just keep it hidden in order to continue
They normally should notify the city, obviously, the authorities. But I can't tell you that everyone did that in the past. So there are many buildings that are, or many parts of the old buildings that are hidden underneath the apartments or houses that are in the old cities. When I was, going around guiding, I came across with many parts of ancient churches or, old walls of old building. That can be anything.
Breaking ground anywhere in Istanbul is tricky business. With its historical claim on so many civilizations, every square inch hides a surprise. The access to the subway tunnel that will link the two banks of the Bosphorus is a great example of these complications. Despite the desire to get things done, the past always seems to complicate the present.
When they start digging those places, they came across with the shipwrecks that they found dating from different ages, and with all their merchandises in. There are 4 ships that they found in the harbor of Theodosius in Yenikapı, where they will turn this whole station into a museum station.
For generations, some of the most important elements of the city's infrastructure were forgotten. The Basilica cistern, once Istanbul's largest drinking water reservoir, was first buried, then used as a dump, and then turned into a cemetery. It was recently rediscovered and cleaned.
And this is the place where every single tourist who are coming to Istanbul will surely pass on this path.
Especially to come visit the Blue Mosque,
Absolutely, this is the second largest mosque of Istanbul.
which is only blue inside.
Yes,
The Blue Mosque, blue only on the inside, is the largest structure of Sultanahmet. And it's the only mosque in the world to have 6 minarets, 1 less than Mecca. So we are in front of the Hagia Sophia. What's so amazing is that when it was built, it was originally a basilica for over 1,000 years, and then it became a
mosque
as it is.
yeah. Our sultan was a very wise sultan. He ordered his architects to cover all these mosaics with a layer of plaster and then repaint the interior with all the floral designs. And when the building was turned into a museum in 1934, it was so easy for us to take this wall painting out, and we could see the original mosaics dating from the Byzantine age. Intendedly or unintendedly, they protected all these mosaics for all of us today. The big semi-dome, which has got the yellow background color with the plaster painting of Ottoman on it. And if you look in the middle where we see Mother Mary, she's sitting on the throne and holding infant Jesus Christ. This is a mosaic scene from the Byzantine age. So the good thing is that we can see the both ages in the same building.
The waves of settlers that populated the city all arrived in Eminonu, the city's original port. It's where I join Angelis Nanos, Epicurean guide, who promises me a privileged look into Istanbul's secret corners.
Since always, it was the entrance of the city. So always the first stop of a new spice or a new meats, fishes, whatever was coming to Istanbul, it was the first stop here.
So this is the port of entry.
Yeah, and you know, it's just in the beginning of this big gulf, the Golden Horn. Do you like Turkish coffee?
Absolutely.
Okay. There is a place with just one table. Merhaba abi, iyi misin abi? Turkish coffee is a special way of roasting and grinding the coffee.
Yummy coffee with sludge at the bottom.
Okay, we talk
Yes,
so
I
much,
love
but
it.
we don't drink. Please. There are people that they don't drink any coffee, but I cannot find neither one that he doesn't have 1 tea per day. In general, you have 3 or like 4 cups, small cups, with your breakfast. And maybe you add with 1 coffee. Then you go to your office, to your job, to your like shop, whatever. It's like at least 8 or 10 more. You go back home and you have like 2, 3 more, and maybe 1 more coffee. So at the end of the day, around 15 to 20 small cups of tea and 2 or 3 coffees. We are in a Han, H-A-N, Han.
We're in a Han right now.
This is a place with different uses, like a motel, where the travelers, they could stay, sleep over like for 2, 3 nights, a stable place to feed their horses or their camels, sell or buy some goods like jewelry, silk, spices, whatever. We are talking about the Ottoman ones, about like 16th, 17th, 18th century.
The Hans were urban versions of the caravanserai, which were roadside inns along established trade routes. In the desert, they were separated by the distance a camel could travel in 1 day. In the city, the sultans built these similar pit stops, which encouraged trade and drove the city's economy.
Even in modern buildings, they still call them Han. In the modern meaning, means office building.
In front of us, the Golden Horn. This inlet on the Bosphorus was a natural shelter, protecting the city's ships. At the time, a gigantic chain was attached to both sides, preventing unwanted ships from entering.
Alif Pasha Hanı, one of the very few Han, last ones that they keep having this traditional use, some of them. Merhaba. They are blacksmiths since always. The Hans were always on the ground level. They had all these small workshops, like that one. The blacksmiths, when they could repair the horses or to feed their camels or their horses.
The doctors, tailors.
Yeah, and a big kitchen. They were providing them with food, and on the upper floors, they could find small rooms for them to sleep for that, like 2-3 nights, and also some rooms to keep safe their goods. If you noticed, there is just one entrance, the one that we used to enter the place. During the night, it was sealed in order to keep safe people and goods, you know. I know Istanbul, and I didn't find many other Hans like that one. With the rhythms are the same as it used to be like 300 and 400 years ago. This is kokoreç. What do you think it is inside? Sweet bread. So sweet bread, that means like thymus, glands, and also this fat around intestines or around heart. And it's, as you see, wrapped in intestines. Everything comes from lamb. Magnifique. Le kokoreç est magnifique. Let me try you a lentil soup.
That would be great.
In a place that they serve lentil soup maybe for 5 centuries. This is my friend. Merhaba. 5 centuries later, still the same lentil soup.
How do you say in Turkish? Delicious.
Nefis.
Nefis?
Nefis.
Nefis.
Afiyet olsun. We are in the street of the scale sellers. Everywhere you can see scales and safe. That means that since always they are selling the same thing. And do you see that minaret over there, the mosque? It has the name of the scale sellers mosque. Because all these people here, they collected the money around 15th century to build this mosque because for them, it's more important to have a mosque next to their shops and not next to their house because they spend more than the half of their lives here, They just like leave their shop and they go to pray.
Speaking of the prayers, how many times a day do they pray?
So it's like 5, and the time of the prayers is like changing every day because it follows the place of the sun and the moon, It's not like the time that we have. And that means that every day it changes like for 2 or 3 minutes or something. What about a small sweet stop over here? Since 1865, they make their own lokum. And what lokum is? Turkish delight. Basic ingredients are water with sugar and corn starch to make it thicker. This one is the rose one, and here in that place, they give this flavor with the rose petals. feel just like chewing a rose. Yeah, it's great, it's great. And after that, they give all the other flavors with here is like strawberry, chocolate ones, here with powdered sugar, coconut. Now we are in the fun neighborhood. If you tell to any Turkish friend of yours, today I was strolling through Vefa, they will ask you, did you drink boza? Boza is a very thick, sweet and sour fermented millet drink. And actually, we don't drink it, we eat it. No, kitane boza, So, they serve boza with chickpeas roasted, avietor soon.
Avietor soon. That is fantastic.
Really, since Ottoman times, it was a drink that they were giving to their soldiers, to hardworking people, to pregnant women, babies, and it's full in vitamins. A, B, C, D. The whole alphabet of vitamins is there, you know.
Istanbul's Grand Bazaar is one of the largest markets in the world. 550 years after it was founded, it stretches over 64 streets and provides jobs to over 25,000 people.
Ah, I see the entrance to the Grand
that,
Bazaar.
yeah,
One of the entrances.
one of the 21. And recently they started to number them, but before that we always talk about their names.
Okay.
And see that the date, 1461, that's before Columbus went to America.
That's pretty amazing. As much as the Americans think that they are the center of the commercial world, the first shopping mall was here.
There were two small commercial buildings separate from each other, and the rest grow organically. They just keep covering the space in between and adding more, and that's why it's sort of organic place. There's no real plan to it. That's the fun part of it. You can get lost in it. That was my teenage game. Getting myself lost in there, trying to find my way back to the particular gates.
How many stalls are inside?
About 4,000, and no one really knows the number because it keeps changing. You know, mostly families just pass it from generation to generation. You can rent it out as well, but buying a stall as a real estate, it's incredibly expensive.
So how is it viable if it's so expensive to own a shop?
15 million people plus the tourists, they make their money.
So basically many of these are family-run businesses.
Sure. And people learn the trade from their fathers, grandfathers, and so forth as little kids, just helping them. You know, originally those were not shops that you would walk in. They are basically sort of cupboards that the merchant would lock his things in. And he has to open the shutters and display all of his merchandise out on the street. That's why they need to cover the streets. Shops were not something that they had an idea of walking in. You didn't walk in. Everything has to be on the street.
It seems like everybody sells the same thing.
The idea is that if you're in the market for one thing, you know where to go. The different parts of the bazaar is concentrated on the trade of the same thing. So if you're in the market for pottery, you came to this area. If you're in the market for leather, you need to go to the total different corner. Actually, which is good because they have a sort of healthy competition. They can't just blow up the price far too much because the next neighbor would just sell it cheaper. That doesn't work that way, which is good, isn't it? That's what they call the modern liberal market of the modern world, but that people have been doing this in a few hundred years. Come. And that's their trick, actually. They got to catch your words and always catch you. That's why they don't sit in their shops. They just hang out in front of it so that they can have a personal contact.
When I walked in, the guy said to me, "How can I help you spend your money?"
Exactly. Or can I sell you something you would never need? Come along this way. Selam beyler. Can you show those drawers as well? I want to see some of the chatouches, which goes up the price range.
How much does something like this go for?
This one is $2,000, 3,000 lira.
Can you show her the not so good quality one as well, so she can see the difference.
Of course.
Right.
How much are these?
$10.
And why they are $10?
Because inside is some acrylic, artificial, little bit cotton, little bit wool mixed with synthetic. I have something antique, more than 100 years old.
Wow.
It has got restored. It's totally worth. It's
marvelous.
completely handmade. This piece is $10,000.
There's a lot of bargaining going here.
Yeah, but bargaining is a social thing here. You don't bargain for money. Of course, at the end, it comes down to lower the price, but it's not for just lowering the price. You can sometimes bargain just for $2, just for the sake of bargaining.
Because you enjoy it.
Yeah, that's the whole idea of fun of shopping.
Can we go to a carpet seller?
Sure, why not?
Can we practice bargaining?
You can't practice bargaining. You need to learn. You need to know what you're
Okay,
doing
can you
about
teach me how to bargain?
bargaining. I'll help you. How about that?
Okay. Are prices better inside the market than around the rest of the city?
Depends on the items. Gold is better in the market. Carpets are better around the area of the market.
To experience negotiation firsthand, Hussam takes me to a carpet dealer his family has been doing business with for generations.
My grandpa was buying rugs from their grandpa. Conrad!
I'll take you in there.
Merhaba.
What we do at the beginning, of course, we need a loom, depending on the size of the rug that we want to weave. So from the middle to the left,
Okay.
okay, over the second one.
Pull it through.
Yes,
Down.
yeah.
Okay.
You just tied 2 knots. So do you have any idea how many knots she ties in per square inch?
How many?
645. So 6 months of labor, that's size silk rag. This one here, this is like a year of labor. Again, pure silk,
1 year.
1 year.
You just need to feel the feeling.
They asked me to walk barefoot on the carpet.
Huh?
And what comes next?
Then you need to tell him what you're looking for, size-wise, color-wise, and then he'll show you samples.
Okay, so I am thinking of a runner, 12 feet.
12 feet.
3 feet, so after the record.
How do you like this one?
I like the pattern and the size and the width and everything, but I'm not so crazy about the color.
Okay.
You don't burn it yet.
How do you like this one?
That I like. Am I supposed to let him know? Because if this is my favorite, for example,
Carefully.
No matter what you do, there is no way to beat a rug deal.
this is made of what?
100% pure silk, one of the finest quality.
And what does this go for?
Well, that one is $17,650 US dollars. Shall I tell you in French?
This is really stunning. 17,000?
650 US dollars.
How long does a rug purchasing process take on average?
My record is like less than 5 minutes. On the other end, it took more than 10 days. So it depends.
Okay, so maybe this one's out of my range. It turns out silk is a bit expensive. After chatting for a while about anything but carpets, I felt ready to make a deal.
Well, this one is 2,200 US.
Can you help me lower the price a little bit?
Let me talk to him. Oh, yeah, I can come down a little bit more because I know the whole family, but not really much more than because he's not quoting this up some marked up
He's
prices
not
to
there.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1,800?
1850. And we got a deal.
Okay.
I gotta shake hands, right?
Istanbulites clearly have negotiation in their blood. And it's not surprising. The Bosphorus has always attracted merchants from every corner of the world. This majestic strait of 32 kilometers has been coveted since ancient times for its strategic location. It literally divides the city in two.
So where are we now?
This is Kabataş, which is one of the public transport hubs for trains, trams, boats. Merhaba, please. After you.
Thank you.
Merhaba. Living on the Bosphorus is a privilege since a few thousand years, actually.
The Bosphorus has always been the life of Istanbul.
Bosporus makes Istanbul Istanbul. It's the only city in the world that has lands in 2 different continents. It's very easy to make continental travels here. Half of the population does that twice a day, you know. Because Asian side is more of the residential areas, it's quieter side. People would come to Europe in the morning and would go back to Asia in the afternoon, either by the bridges or take the ferries. But bridges are too full during the rush hours, and ferries are a lot nicer to do. That's how I do. I live in Asia but work in Europe. I buy my newspaper and croissant in the morning. They serve tea in the ferry. That's how I had time for my breakfast.
There's something like 2 million people a day that take the ferry across.
Oh, probably even more.
And how about the bridges?
When they built the first bridge in 1973, they were calculating that it's going to be good till up to 2050 or something. And it was already stuck within the next 5 years. In 1982, they built the second one. The same calculations, that's stuck too. The population of Istanbul was only 1.5 million up till the mid-60s, and now it's 15 million. I think the solution is building a subway, not roads or bridges for cars, which is actually underway too, that they are building a tunnel subway.
So the construction of the 3rd bridge is underway?
That's a plan, but there are lots of opposition to it too, because that's going to be further up north in the area where it's supposed to be kept green. 1980s, early 80s, they passed a new ordinance law for Istanbul that you're not allowed to build anything new on the waterfront or visible from the water. And that sort of fixed all the construction here. So if you are going to build bridge, it means you need to build roads and approach roads and stations and everything around it. And that can be only done at the further up area, which is empty, otherwise it's far too expensive. And that's going to kill the nature, which is the breathing lungs of Istanbul at the moment.
Tens of thousands of boats cross this artery of local life each day. And each year, it's used by more than 50,000 tankers, making it the busiest strait in the world.
The Bosphorus, it's considered international waters.
It is international water for all the commercial ships. For military ships, there's a sort of NATO control over it. It's signed actually in the Lausanne Conference right after the First World War, just before when they announced the Turkish Republic in 1923.
The Bosphorus is the narrowest strait that's used for international commerce.
Oh, that's true, and it's a very busy one as well, because it's the only way out from Black Sea for all those countries like Bulgaria, Romania, Ukraine, Russia, Armenia. It's the only way out for the Caspian Sea oil, so they're just carrying all those big tankers around. But that's creating an extra danger because in early 80s we had one big accident, luckily right outside the Bosphorus there. A Romanian giant tanker crashed with a smaller cargo ship and exploded so badly. Mushroom-like towers, there's one right over there actually. That's a sort of radar system that all those big ships over certain size, they have to have either a local pilot captain who knows what he's doing, or they need to have one of those electronic autopilot devices. So as soon as they come into the Bosphorus, they just put it on, take their hands off, and it goes safely. But before that, there were several accidents happened.
So now we are in Asia.
Yep, you just changed the continents. Feels funny, I know, but it's still the same city. On the Asian side, people do not have the Chinese eyes here or so.
So is there a big ethnic difference between the east and the west sides of Istanbul?
Some people sometimes call this as the crossroads of civilizations, but crossroads indicates that you come along and go by, right? That's not what happened here in history. Lots of different people came in, but no one went away. So the mixture here is like a cauldron rather than a crossroad.
Let's go to the Asian side.
Okay, let's go to the Asian side.
This is fabulous. This is unbelievable. Notice there's a lot of fishing in the Bosphorus. Is the water clean?
Oh, it's clean enough to swim, as you can see. It's because of the currents as well, and fishing is very lucrative, especially at certain times, because there are certain types of fishes. They migrate twice a year between Black Sea and Mediterranean, especially sea bass and bluefish. They go up to the Black Sea for summer, spending the hot days in cold waters, and then in September, October, they go down to Mediterranean. And they have to squeeze through this narrow pass. It's the best time to catch and best time to eat. because they're prepared for winter. Just means fat, juicy, yummy. That's what those restaurants would be serving mostly. Turkey is one of the 7 countries in the world that's self-sufficient in terms of feeding itself. We don't import food except some exotic fruits.
These houses, the yalis, were once secondary homes to the sultans. Today, they're of great value to Istanbul. More than 600 of them line the banks of the Bosphorus.
Yali means actually a house right on the waterfront. Most of them were built early 1800s, mid 1800s as sort of summer homes. But they fell out of fashion in 1940s, 1950s. And none of them were really winterized until last 10 years ago or so. And really in poor state of repair.
And if they're made of wood and they're falling apart, they have to rebuild them from scratch exactly the way they were before?
They do that. If they were, some old families still use them as summer homes, but if they want to live here all year round, they can't tear it down, but they have to rebuild it exactly as it is with modern technology. Early 1982, I think, that they just passed this new ordinance law, and then they are not allowed to build anything more on the waterfront, and all of a sudden the demand for them start to get bigger, and their prices really skyrocketed. Some of them are really among the most expensive real estates in the world. There is one further up. They just offered the owner $95 million US, and he said, I'm not interested.
So you live in a yali?
Yeah, one of those lucky bastards, yes. Actually, it's a sort of inheritance from my grandpa. That my grandpa bought that place in 1940s. After 80s, families start to realize the value, and we start to maintain or renovate it a bit. And most of my family still use that place as a summer home. Only me and my wife, we live there year-round. The red one there.
Really?
Yeah, the three-story.
Wow, that's incredible.
So, yeah, we're walking back to the garden. This is a sort of family house. In the first 2 floors, we have 2 different apartments, and the top floor is only 1 apartment. The whole family lives there in summer. My cousins, uncles, aunties. I have a 90-year-old aunt who lives in the Ratibombi, and top floor is my brother. About 10, 12, 13 people with the kids and everything. And
do most of the yalis have yards behind them?
Some does. Some of them has maybe only this much. Actually, originally, this garden was further away as well. They just cut it off part of it to widen the road.
You have a pool?
Yep. Yeah, younger kids who are not really familiar with how to deal with the strong currents, they go into the pool.
So you swim in the Bosphorus right in front of your house?
I swim in the Bosphorus. That's what I do every morning. Wakes you up. It's cold.
Can we take a look inside?
Please, come in. It's a small place, actually.
Amazing.
I should open this.
You're living right on the water.
Yep, literally. Let me tell you a really nice story about the dolphin. One day, my wife was just practicing her violin here. One of the dolphins out of the group of 4 just took off, came really a few meters to the coast, the one out there, and went back 10 meters, came back again until she stopped playing. Dolphin really came to listen to her violin. I mean, we're all amazed. After that, every time we see a dolphin, she grabs her violin and tries to lure them in. Didn't happen. So, but that particular guy, we missed him.
Istanbul has always been Turkey's largest city, and its growth seems unstoppable. But this has caused intense strain on infrastructure, housing, and living conditions.
Officially, there are 13.2 million people in Istanbul. But if we look at the water consumption data, we get a different number, probably a more accurate number, something like 14 million. But Istanbul also consists of its non-resident population. It's a real metropolis. It's like a sea of people. People come and go. So we have this turbulent population that you don't see in the statistics. It's really a fascinating place where everything can still be redefined.
Et tout est à faire, quoi.
The growth of Istanbul gave birth in the early 40s to a unique type of housing, the gecekondu.
The first gecekondus were built just outside the Byzantine city's walls, in a neighborhood called Zeytinburnu. They were little houses built by the migrants that came in waves, mostly between the late 1940s and the late 1980s. They were all built on public lots illegally and very quickly. Gecekondu basically means built overnight. There's a legal loophole that says you can't destroy something that was built overnight. It's like an acquired right. The state couldn't cope with so much immigration, so it closed its eyes on this spontaneous solution to the lodging crisis. The state owns so much land here, and it just accepted the situation because it wasn't in a position to propose other solutions.
The Gecekondu reality was at its height during the 1980s. The city was inundated with them, over 800,000. Although many have been replaced with more modern housing, over 80,000 of these homes are still scattered throughout the city.
This is really the typical Gecekondu. It's an evolving home. Depending on the means and the growth of the family, people build additional sections. They spread out. Very interesting. These people have been here for 40 years, and as you can see, they've created a comfortable living space, and they planted trees. They've made this their home. They thrived on the possibilities offered by the local authorities. But their stability is now at stake because Istanbul is running out of land. The city now wants to market itself on an international level as a hub of tourism, of industry and finance. And so, it needs to expand. And the city hopes to change its standing by making this space available to the richer population, because it's close to highways and major infrastructures.
Almış mı? Aldılar, 26'sını. Paramızı verecek gibi konuşuyorlar.
Öyle mi?
Ha, öyleymiş ya.
Very interesting. This lady was explaining that there have been changes here because this land is well located. A group of promoters bought it from the city and is now negotiating directly with the residents one by one. They will reclaim the land in exchange for a compensation of 7,000 Turkish liras, or about 3,500 euros per square meter. They signed something, so in theory, the new landowners are bound by a contract. But people here are worried. It's going to happen in the next few days, so you can understand why the mood is tense. The city, along with the social housing management called TOKİ, has led an urban transformation program. And so more than 5,000 families were relocated. Unfortunately, even those who obtained lodging 25 kilometers outside the city couldn't manage the payments. Out of the 364 families from Sulukule that were located, only 3 are still in their new homes. It's a complete failure of this relocation project, because TOKİ never took into consideration that these families couldn't pay for the lodging. In order to pay every month, you need stable revenues.
The Sulukule residents were the oldest gypsy people in the world. When they were deported to residential towers 40 kilometers outside the city, the pressure of a mortgage quickly became too much for them.
These people work, but in Istanbul, almost 50% of the people work illegally. It's the way things are in this city. They live one day at a time. We can go over there to see how the situation is evolving. This is a great location. Everyone wants to be here, and that's why they want to transform the place. This used to be gecekondu's. Some were torn down to make room for new things, but this is all brand new. This road is less than a year old. The addition of new roads is pivotal to urban modifications, but it's also an excuse to tear down gecekondu's.
Istanbul's density has led to the creation of a unique way of life. See for yourself, but things here clearly happen outside. So many people in so little space makes for rather crowded streets.
So you wouldn't expect to see such a party scene in a Muslim country?
Yeah, actually, that's right. That's what I observed when I come here. You just come from abroad and you see here like so many people, so many bars you would never expect.
At Istanbul from above, you would see as many people on the rooftops as on the streets.
Yeah, some of the rooftops are very crowded. Some of them also have like concerts, the nightclubs or DJ parties at the top of the building. Especially in spring and summer. Here you can go to the top of the buildings and you can enjoy one of the most amazing sightseeing in the world. One, then another one here too, and three, then 4, 5, yes.
6, 7, 8, I think.
Okay, yeah. This is like the street.
Istiklal
Avenue, yeah. The like intellectual and cultural center of the capital, yeah.
So Istanbul is distinguished by little hidden secrets?
Yeah, that's true. Like you have the place you can see, like tourists can go, but also the place that if you are not an insider, you would never guess it's hidden. Either inside the building or at the top of the building. So you really need someone who is from the city to bring you there.
So where are you taking me now?
So now we are going to a small bar at the top of a very narrow building called Gemi.
So it's here?
It's here, yeah. Let's enter. Yeah.
How do you know that it's here?
Yeah, usually you heard it from a friend. It's a nice place, so you get this advice. Or if you are really adventurous, you can just try every building and ask to people if there is something at the top or inside it.
Okay,
yeah,
let's go.
Yeah.
But it's not really well indicated that it's a restaurant. Is it because they don't need the business? It's always packed?
They already work very well. Like you come at 8 p.m., tell you to wait like half an hour to have a seat. So I guess also the people who own the restaurants, they like to have this kind of secret place here.
Very impressive that businesses can survive with such discreet advertising. Then again, 12 million people packed so close together can generate a lot of word of mouth.
Are you sure you're taking me somewhere?
Yeah, it looks a bit like a random building, but you will see at the top it's a very, very nice restaurant. I'm surprised.
This is spectacular.
Byzantium, Constantinople, now Istanbul. The city that always changes is still changing. It lies in the heart of 2 continents, bridging 2 worlds. It's been the seat of empires, the hub of commerce, the place where everyone wants to be. There are many questions to answer about its future, fueled by such uncontrollable growth. But I'm not worried. In a place so full of life and history, the one thing it's proven is its ability to adapt and thrive.